In a small town where hunger was a daily, unwelcome guest, a young boy named Arif lived a life of constant scarcity. His family struggled, barely scraping by. Many nights, Arif would lie awake, his stomach aching with emptiness. The sound of his younger siblings crying for food a heartbreaking lullaby. His father, a laborer, worked tirelessly, but his earnings were never enough to fill their plates. For Arif, hunger wasn't just a feeling, it was the harsh, biting reality of his childhood. One scorching afternoon, as he sat outside, clutching his empty stomach, a powerful resolve ignited within him. He made a solemn promise to himself, a vow that would shape his entire future. "This hunger will not break me," he whispered. "I will turn it into my strength. One day, no child in my village will ever have to sleep hungry again." This wasn't just a dream. It was the first step on a long, arduous journey. At school, Arif faced the casual cruelty of other children. He carried no lunchbox, a clear sign of his family's poverty. Classmates would mock him, their laughter echoing in the schoolyard. But Arif never fought back. HOCs. And in that silence, he dreamed. He envisioned a world far bigger than his immediate pain. A future where his suffering could be transformed into a source of help for others. Every evening, after a long day, he would find his spot under a flickering, broken street lamp. The light was weak, casting long shadows, but his determination burned brighter than any bulb. He pored over his books, knowing that education was his only way out. His teacher, a kind soul, noticed his unwavering focus. "Arif," she told him one day, "hunger can destroy you, or it can push you to greatness. The choice is yours." Arif knew his choice. He chose greatness. He began working after school, taking on any odd job he could find. He cleaned shops, carried heavy bags for market goers, and did anything that would earn him a single coin. But he didn't spend it on fleeting comforts. Instead, he saved every single piece. While others saw mere coins, Arif saw seeds of potential. Seeds he could one day plant to cultivate a better future for everyone. Years of relentless hard work paid off. Arif won a scholarship to study in the city, a world away from his humble village. The gnawing hunger he had endured became the fuel for his ambition. While his peers would sometimes falter when faced with challenges, Arif remembered the pain of his empty stomach, and it propelled him forward. Giving up was simply not an option. In college, he immersed himself in the studies of agriculture and food distribution. He saw the heartbreaking paradox of the system. Farmers working their lands to exhaustion yet remaining poor, while tons of food were wasted, and children just like him went hungry. In that moment, he found his life's purpose. He knew exactly what he had to do. Armed with borrowed books and a burning passion, Arif began to develop simple, low-cost solutions. His goal was to bridge the gap, to help farmers sell their produce directly to buyers, cutting out the middlemen who took most of the profit. At first, no one took him seriously. People laughed at his seemingly small, insignificant ideas. But Arif persisted, his belief unshakable. Slowly, but surely, his plan started to work. Farmers in his village began earning more. Food wastage decreased dramatically, and for the first time in a long time, families had enough to eat. The quiet hum of contentment replaced the cries of hunger in his village. Arif's small project grew, evolving into an organization that connected entire villages to new markets, creating a sustainable network of prosperity. The very people who had once mocked him now looked at him with admiration and respect. One day, an old villager approached him. "Arif, how did you do it?" he asked, his voice filled with awe. "How did hunger not destroy you like it has destroyed so many others?" Arif smiled, a gentle, knowing smile. "Hunger was my greatest teacher," he replied. "It taught me pain, yes, but it also taught me purpose. I learned to turn hunger into hope net. Just for myself, but for everyone." Arif's incredible story is a powerful reminder that even in our darkest struggles, we have a choice. We can allow hardship to define and defeat us, or we can use it as the very fuel to rise higher than we ever thought possible. Arif's empty stomach didn't stop him. It prepared him for greatness. So, whenever life feels unbearable, remember his journey. Your struggles, your pain, your hunger, they don't have to be the end. Sometimes, they are just the beginning of hope. Thank you so much for watching. If this story inspired you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more content that uplifts and empowers. We'll see you in the next one.